When it comes to signature scent, I take in consideration 3 things, and I think you should too. Uniqueness, because you don't want to smell like everybody else. You also want the fragrance to be appealing. You want the fragrance to be inviting so people can move in and like the way you smell. But the key factor here is the word versatility. You want the fragrance to be versatile enough where you can wear it for any occasion, anytime, any season. Dress up or dress down, you know you're gonna smell amazing. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you some incredible signature scents that I wore throughout my life. So keep it right there. One thing to keep in mind though, I know for a fact, myself included, many people out there, especially you guys watching these videos, you want to have a wardrobe. You want to have a massive fragrance collection or a few fragrances for different occasions. That's fine too. But I know a lot of people in my life that actually enjoys having that one scent that represents who they are, you know, that one fragrance that people remember them by. But this kind of video though is a fragrance video for those that are looking for a nice signature scent, a scent that will really embody who you are, something that you want to wear for a long time or wear more than the other fragrances that you may have so that people will remember you by with that particular fragrance. That is a great thing to do when it comes to emotions and memories. It's nice to have a fragrance that people associate with you. So this video is going to be like a journey. I'm going to take you guys through my life, my journey, if you will, where I'm going to share with you some of the fragrances that I wore for the longest time. A lot of these fragrances I wore for, 3, 4, 5 years, in a row, meaning it was the fragrance that I reached out for the most. I might have had 3 or 4 fragrances in my wardrobe, but these were the ones that I wore almost every day. All right, so my first signature scent that I remember wearing the most was this particular fragrance that I bought in high school. I think it was a junior in high school, and I went to a local mall and they had a Perfumania store there, and I was looking for something to wear that was unique. I think I had like a winter cotillion. I wanted something powerful that had, a nice, green aromatic vibe to it. Perhaps a fougere. I wasn't aware of fougères back then, but this is the fragrance that I picked up. It's Calvin by Calvin Klein, which, mind you, now we're talking late 90s, and this fragrance was released in 1981, but it's still a great scent. And to give you guys a little bit of what this smells like, this is actually a fougere with a boozy, spicy, and creamy dry down. It smells fantastic. Reminds me of Cooper Square from Bond No. 9. So if you're familiar with that fragrance, you'll know exactly what this smells like. And also reminiscent a little bit of Drakkar Noir. So as you know, it's going to be a powerful kind of a fragrance that's got this dark blue, facet to it. Also reminds me a little bit of Antheas from Chanel, minus that civet animalistic note. So very good, very aromatic, green, citrus, with that boozy, creamy sandalwood dry down. Incredible, great signature scent. You can wear this, like I said in the beginning, dress up, dress down, every day, you're gonna smell great. That's why I'm giving you guys some options here in this video. Bond No. 9, Cooper Square, or Drakkar Noir, which you can still find today, or Antheas from Chanel, because this has been discontinued. You can't really find this readily available. You can find this on eBay, perhaps on Amazon. I've seen it out there. It's not something that people are, breaking down the doors to pick up. So you can find, and perhaps you'll find it for a good price. I was able to find this vintage one for, I think, a little less than 70 bucks. So they're out there. If you look carefully, you might be able to fetch yourself one. Now, this next one here, also high school / college, senior year in high school, I picked this up, wore this heavily in high school, heavily in college. Was the fragrance I was wearing at my first job interview, and I absolutely love this fragrance. It's a very aromatic, sweet, and aquatic lavender kind of a fragrance. This is Polo Sport from Ralph Lauren. If you guys are familiar with this fragrance, you know it's incredible. If you're not familiar with this fragrance, you can still pick this up today. It's still available. The only difference is with the new formulations, the head of the sprayer here, the atomizer, is actually plastic and it's blue as opposed to the metal that you have here, but it smells absolutely amazing. It still smells good today. I do have a current bottle. The only thing is it's not gonna be as long lasting. This one here, I get 8+ hours. The current formulation, you're talking maybe 5 to 6, but it's still a great smelling scent. If you like lavender, sweet, aquatic scents, you're gonna love this. It's very fruity, it's a little bit herbal, a little bit spicy. It's got a lot of different notes in here, but the most of what you're gonna get here is an aquatic, fruity, sweet, and soapy lavender. Now, just for a quick reference here, these fragrances that I'm gonna mention right now, including this one here, this next one, I actually wore for 4 to 5 years, on and off. In my rotation, I wore these fragrances for 4 or 5 years in high school and early couple years in college. This one here I wore heavily for, parties, night outs. This was like my go-to in the fall and the winter. Love this stuff. Polo Sport was probably like spring and summer. This was the one I wore the most for like fall and winter. This is Tommy by Tommy Hilfiger cologne. This has the little flag at the bottom, made in Switzerland. This is the old batches. You could still find this today. Again, not gonna be as long lasting. As you guys know, if a fragrance has been around for over 10 years, chances are they have been reformulated at least once or twice. So same situation here, but you can still find it cheapy, smells great. It's got this really nice, again, sweet lavender, you know, spicy cinnamon with sandalwood. It also has this like apple pie kind of a vibe, which is a little bit reminiscent of Boss Bottle number 6. But I actually like this one a little bit better, especially in the vintage formula, because it has this really nice warmth, you know, cinnamon and sandalwood with some spices that I absolutely love. It's great, it's inviting. And even though these fragrances here, especially the 1981 Calvin that I'm talking to you about, you might think, wow, these fragrances are old fashioned, they're old school, they're gonna smell like an old man. They will not. These fragrances are timeless, and to this day, they smell incredible, guys. You're gonna smell great. If you're looking for a cheapy signature scent, consider this one because it smells great. Now, these next 3 fragrances I wore in my work years, you know, office years, heavily, for about 3 to 4 years. One of these actually I wore for over 7 years. But let's start with the first one here from 1998. This fragrance here is from Cartier. You guys know Cartier is great. I think Cartier, Simiaki, you know, they do great fragrances. They're very underrated. People don't talk much about them. And this one here to me is a masterpiece from Jean-Claude Ellman. This is going to be Declaration. This is an incredible fragrance, guys. It's going to be a very citrus aromatic fragrance. It has a little bit of a spicy note here that a lot of people don't like, which is a note of cumin. But it is done very gingerly. It's not overly done. You have ginger here as well, which adds this nice fruity and spiciness to it. You have grapefruit, which is really sparkly and uplifting. There's leather and vetiver here in the base, which is done to perfection. If you like Dunhill Icon, the original from Dunhill, this is similar to that fragrance, but I think it actually packs more of a punch because of that ginger and the spices that it has. I think it's a masterpiece. Anybody that knows this fragrance knows it's classy, it's elegant, it's sophisticated. It's incredible. It's got a little bit of an old school vibe, but then it adds these modern, you know, twists to it. And it's Jean-Claude Ellman. You know, he does a great job. And this one here, no different. Declaration, 1998. I wore this heavily for the office. And believe me, got some really good positive attention with this one. I think you should try it. You're not gonna disappoint. As you guys see here, a lot of signature scents that I gravitate towards are fragrances that have lavender and vetiver in the base. Usually lavender in the heart, vetiver in the base. I just like that feel, especially when it's done right. It's fruity, it's, you know, inviting, you know, it has me at hello. And this one here definitely had me at hello. I remember experiencing this fragrance at my local Macy's way back in 2002. I purchased on the spot. This is a Givenchy pour Homme 2002. A lot of people talk about the Gentleman Collection, which is great, but people forget about this particular masterpiece here from 2002. It's a great scent. I believe it's an Alberto Maria's. Oh, it smells so good. It's got this fruity lavender. It's got a little bit of reminiscent vibe to Polo Sport, but then it goes into a very woodsy kind of a, you know, undertone. It has a beautiful note of sandalwood, which adds this creaminess to the fragrance. Beautiful vetiver that's fruity and enticing. And it has this aroma that's so elegant and so sophisticated. I've never smelled anything quite like this fragrance. This is an older bottle. You can still find this out there today, which is great. And again, when I say to you guys, you can still find it today, it's still being manufactured. It's not gonna be as strong. So keep one thing in mind. If this one gave me 8+ hours, the one that's available today will give you about 5 to 6. But we're talking about the scent. For a signature scent, something that's elegant, that's sophisticated, something that's going to be great for any kind of occasion, dress up or dress down. These fragrances, all of them, will fit the bill perfectly. And this one here, no different, guys. Incredible stuff. Givenchy pour Homme. Try it if you haven't. I know a lot of people talk about the Gentleman Collection. Don't disregard this one, guys. Trust me. Thank me later. Now, this next one here, I wore from 2007 all the way until about 2012. So I wore this for about 5 years as my signature scent, office scent. This was my go-to, guys. This here from Gucci, when Gucci was doing things right, when Tom Ford was the creative director of the brand. This is Gucci pour Homme 2, which is a white tobacco, you know, black tea, musky kind of a fragrance, which is really a black tea, you know, vibe here. You have vetiver as well. I shouldn't even be wasting these sprays because, as you guys know, this has been discontinued, sadly. If you want something that's similar to this, that will give you kind of like the same vibe, but goes into a different, more floral direction, go with Moschino's Toy Boy. Very similar, but not quite as good. Like I said, the white tobacco here, along with the black tea and the spicy vetiver and the creamy sandalwood made this fragrance so incredibly great. Also had some cinnamon here. Very comforting, very calming, just elegant, sophistication in the bottle, gave you a perfect signature scent. People smell this for those 5 years that I wore this. They knew I was in the office because they could smell it. It was just like a beautiful trail that this fragrance gave me. Incredible stuff. You can still find it out there. Prices are, escalating, they're rising. So I would say if you really want to pick this up, do it now because pretty soon it's going to reach the Gucci Pour Homme 1 price range, which is like $300 to $400 per bottle. I think this one here you can find for about $95 to $125. So pick one up, guys. It is great stuff. So for the past few fragrances here, we talked about stuff that I wore for the longest time prior to the past like 3 to 4 years. Now the fragrances I'm about to share with you now are the current signature scents that I'm gravitating more towards. This is stuff that I'm wearing more often than not. Even if I give you like a top this or a top that list, I always sprinkle these on because they're just great fragrances. They make me feel great, they smell great, and people know that I wear these fragrances a lot. So first one here I'm gonna talk about because right now it's summertime, it's really hot. Today is actually 95 Fahrenheit. So this is a particular fragrance that I discovered in 2019 and I felt head over heels on this fragrance. And I think if you like Aquatic, if you like something that's long lasting, powerful, refreshing, energizing, look no further, guys. A great signature scent for warm weather. You can wear this anytime. Like I said, these are very versatile, but especially for warm weather, guys. Wet Stone from AMOUROUD. This stuff is absolutely heavenly. I'm not gonna go too much into it. If you follow this channel, you know how much I love this. Grapefruit, aquatic, mineral notes. I mean, it's an aquatic with a backbone. It's long lasting, it's powerful, it's woodsy. Amazing stuff, guys. Just amazing. If you want a great signature scent, check this stuff out. Now, when it comes to uniqueness, which I talked about, right? Uniqueness, appeal, and versatility. This one here is an incredible scent. I was a huge fan of the original, which was released, I think, in 2007 or 2008. The nose is Dominique Ropion, which is a masterpiece, needs no introduction. And this is going to be the second iteration of that fragrance, which is Costume National Homme Parfum. This has cinnamon, cloves, sandalwood, vetiver. It is just heavenly, guys. It is powerful, though. It's not going to be for everyone. This is going to be something that you must want, something really unique. However, it is not as divisive as the original. I think the original, the cloves are very heavy on the opening, so it might turn some people off. This one here, it's beautiful from the beginning. As soon as you spray this fragrance on, you know it's quality. It smells heavenly. I think there's a touch of oud in here as well, but leather. But everything is done so slightly and so smooth that the whole composition is not sharp or astringent. It's actually very smooth and very inviting. Great stuff right here, guys. If you want something really amazing, powerful yet amazing, elegant, and smooth, check this stuff out, guys. You're not gonna disappoint. It's one of my favorite releases over the past couple of years, one that I wear heavily, especially for dressier occasions. This one here, I spoke very highly about it a couple of years ago. I shared it with you guys, made a lot of my top lists. I think the name here is wrong because it's called Oud Pour Homme. I think it really should have been called Leather Pour Homme, but this is not gonna be a skanky leather. In fact, it's a very aromatic, very inviting, very sophisticated leather. Salvatore Ferragamo, just like Issey Miyake, just like Cartier. Quality for a great price. Performance is there, the smell is great, it smells amazing. This stuff here, again, don't get oud at all. In fact, if you know Parfum, EDP, Cartier, Parfum, this is very similar to that fragrance. The only thing that's amped up here is the leather and the vetiver. So it reminds me of Bel Ami from Hermès. So picture this, a more modernized version of Bel Ami with an amped up sandalwood, which adds creaminess, a beautiful vetiver that rides the composition along with a gorgeous suede leather. That's Salvatore Oud Pour Homme, which really should have been Leather Pour Homme. Great stuff right here, guys. One of my favorites. Love wearing this stuff. Dress up, dress down. You want to convey a really nice, elegant, sophisticated vibe, signature scent worthy. This is it right here. Next up, we have a fragrance that was very looked down upon in the fragrance community. It was released in 2017. Many people didn't care for it. It was really the stepchild of Creed. Many people disregarded this fragrance. They said it was no good. I didn't love it at first, to be honest with you, but I revisited it a couple of times, including last year, and I fell in love with it all over again, guys. This fragrance here from Creed, you guys should know what I'm talking about. It's going to be Viking, not the cologne, which is nice, good for right now. It's very refreshing, very invigorating, refreshing with an old school touch. But this one here, guys, it's powerful. The pink pepper with the vetiver, the lavender. It's got all the stuff I love. A little bit of a, spicy, woody nuance along with the refreshing notes up top. Love this stuff. Signature scent, perfection. In fact, that's why I got the 250 ml flacon, because I actually went through a whole, 100 ml bottle and I had to replenish. And I carry a decant with me, but you can. The great thing about these flacons, because you can actually fill up a decant like this and you can just carry with you and just refresh whenever you want. And I'm telling you guys, Viking has this beautiful mint up top along with the pink pepper. Then you have the lavender with the vetiver. Those are the key players. So it smells great. It smells like a great signature scent should. And I'm gonna tell you, you can try it before you buy it too, because I know some of these are very hard to find or expensive, but Perfume.com, which is the partner of this channel, actually has all these fragrances in their inventory, including the vintage stuff. So guys, check out Perfume.com. Different sizes, you can get them as low as like a 2 ml, decant to live with the scent. Make sure you really love the fragrance, try it on skin, live with it, make sure it agrees with your body chemistry to then commit to these damn expensive bottles. So a perfect way to do it, Perfume.com, details below. There's a code going on right now. Enjoy. And of course, if you guys are ready to commit, if you like some of these fragrances, not the vintage ones, but like the stuff that's still available today, check the other partner of this channel, FragranceBuy.Ca, and check them out for the best pricing around. There's a great sale going on right now. Details below. As always, I make your life easier. That's what we do here. So if you do appreciate this, don't forget to show your support. Leave me a like, subscribe, and of course, hit the bell so you guys get these videos straight into your feed. But I'm not done yet. I have one more fragrance to talk to you guys about. If you follow this channel, you know that this is like my signature scent, period. Everybody knows me about this fragrance. When you talk about this fragrance, they think Max Forti. People in the community and people in my family, people in my life, because this fragrance was a part of every single and major event in my life. And of course, I'm talking about Dolce&Gabbana Pour Homme, the older version with the sticker. Absolutely incredible Neo Fougere type scent, white tobacco, lavender, vetiver, spices, sandalwood, some of the major notes here. But don't despair, guys. I know this is discontinued. You can't really find it. You can find it if you look, and it's not that expensive yet, but it's okay. If you can't have this, I'll give you a nice choice, guys. How about this fragrance here? Also from Dolce&Gabbana. This is called Intenso. Very similar to Dolce&Gabbana Pour Homme. The only difference here, this is going to be a little bit heavier, a little bit spicier. They amp up the vetiver here. I think that the tobacco is also amped up, so it's a little bit sharper, not as creamy, not as smooth, but still great. And this is the next best thing. If you can't find this, go with this. Amazing signature stuff right here. Hope you guys like my picks. I want you to let me know in the comment section of this video what signature scents you guys wear the most and why. Let me know, sound off, and as always, guys, show your support. That's all I ask for. Stay tuned for more. And as always, remember, fragrance is emotion, so be sure to wear what truly moves you. I'll see you right back here again in the next one. Take care.